Hi, hello. This is our project for Group 2 for authentication project for COMP424. Our team members are me, Emin, Aura, Meher, and Gregory. Uh, so this is a little demo of our application and how it works. So to get started, I have our page pulled up here. It's hosted on a domain 424project.pw. And then, so as soon as you launch the website, you get to the home page where it gives you our little welcome message, and then it tells you to log in to view the company data. So when you first start here, you click on this login button. It gives you this little form, so you could either log in or sign up for a new account. So for new users, you would have to sign up for an account. So you would just type in your name, you would type in your email address, you would just give your birthday, any birthday would work, and then you would just type in a password here. So as you start typing in, you can see that there's a password strength meter, which it tells you if it's a short or good, or if it's a strong password. So once I start typing in, let's say, a good password, it's gonna give me a strong password. And then I have to put the same exact password here for it to work. And then if I click on register, it's not gonna work. So because we have to complete the CAPTCHA. So once we hit this and we're authenticated with Google CAPTCHA, we can then click on register. So as soon as we sign up for an account, we still can't see any company data, as it says account created. Please check your email to verify your account. And then even if you do try to sign in here with that current account, it's gonna log you in, give you a little picture of your gravatar, but it's not gonna show any information here. So what you have to do is go inside of your Gmail account. In this case, I used one of my accounts here. And then you can see that the service has sent an email. So it says confirm your email to get access to COMP424. And it says by clicking the following account, you will verify your account. And this link is only valid for 15 minutes. And then the token expires after that. So once you're in the email, you can click on verify your account, and then it's going to bring you back to the website under our 424PW user confirm, and then with your token. And this is going to be verified, and it's going to say account verified. Your account has been successfully verified. So now, if you go back to the home page, you can see, hey, welcome, your name that you signed up for, and it's going to give you the last time you logged in, and then it's going to give you a little link here. Click here, click to download the company file. So we actually went. So if you click this, we actually went ahead and hosted it on Google Drive. So as soon as you click on that, it's going to bring you up to this page, which anyone can view. And then you can just go ahead and download the company data or take a look at it, or whatever you'd like. Yep. So that's the gist of the project, of what we have going on. And also, we kind of have simple user roles. So say you were to log in with another account that I already have, and click on CAPTCHA and log in. So this is a admin account. So the only thing different about this is we have access to some user data here. So you can see that some of the users that sign up for account and if they're confirmed or not, and you can erase them as well from here. So you can see that the current account that we just signed up for is not confirmed. That's that. And then let's say you would to forget your password, you would click on this button, forgot password, and then pass in your email that we just signed up for an account with, and then click on submit. So once you hit submit, it'll say email sent. Please use the link sent to your email and reset your password right away. So we gotta go here, back to our email, and boom. Now we get this. If you requested a password, forgot password email, click the link to reset your password. Again, valid for 10 minutes. So if you click that, boom, we get redirected back to our page. And this time over here, we can reset our password. Put another password and hit submit, and it gives us a little message with our React React notifications using Bootstrap that we built with this, and it's going to tell you that the password was reset, and then redirect you to a login page. So now let's say we come here and we put the wrong password. Click on CAPTCHA, try to log in. It's not going to log in. It's going to give us invalid password. But if we put the right password that we just set, again, verify CAPTCHA, log in, boom. We're now again logged back in. And access the company data and anything that comes with it. And then we can just click on log out and it takes us out. So yeah, that's about that's a quick demo of our application and how it works. And then we can maybe head over to the server section and then we can talk a little bit about how the server works and all the stuff that we've set up with that. So if I bring up a server here, so this is our our Ubuntu server is running on DigitalOcean, and it's just the actual droplet that we got from DigitalOcean. So if I bring this over here for you, you can see that this is our account for DigitalOcean, and we're running a Ubuntu server as stated right here. So once we get access to the console through here, we can go ahead and I'm going to show you. So this is the console here, and we're inside of our application directory. And if I show you what's in there, you can see that all of our files that are currently in there at the moment. So a few of the things that were required to get installed, I guess. So for our intrusion detection system, we're actually using Suricata instead of Snort, as we find a very good guide to follow and install that in DigitalOcean. So if I go ahead and run that for you, you should see that this is so on the version we have Suricata 6.0.5, and we have that installed. And a little test we can give for the intrusion detection system we have going on is, let's say the logging, I can go ahead and check the section where it gives our variables log Suricata fast log. So if I run that, you could see that previously it had detected 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 threats that we ran just to test the system. And it gives you a little classification of if it's a potentially bad traffic or not, or whatever. And so mind you, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 threats here. So if I go ahead and run another test under this testmynid.org, which is just a site for test attacks against your system. So if you hit that and hit continue and hit enter, you can see that we get the root attacks here. And then again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is what we had last time. So if I go ahead and check the logs again, you can see that now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this last one is our most current attack that we just had. As you can see, the date is 5/5, which is today, and the time is correct. So again, it gives you a classification and what IP address came from. So that's our intrusion detection system that we have going on here. Instead of using Snort, we're using this one. Then for firewall stuff, we're using the IP tables as recommended in the documentation of the project. So if I give you a little paste here, you can see that we have the IP tables version installed 1.8.4. And if I go ahead and run the IP tables with the -S command, you can see that, hey, these are our current IP table rules that we have set up here, such as a rate limiting and whatnot. And for example, I can tell you this one command here, it limits the rate of access to 30 per minute after the first 100, so that we can stay safe from DDoS attacks and so on and so forth. But you can customize this to anything if you're actually running a production server and for more protection. Okay, so that's for our server, and we were also required to have SSH installed, OpenSSH. So if I run that version, you can see that we have the OpenSSH installed, so you could SSH into the server as well if you'd like to, using probably the SSH and then our IP command here, 137 ... the following numbers. Yeah, so that's as far as our server goes. So we got that server covered. We got our project covered. And then we have that. I can go over kind of our code here. So we have our backend here, and we have our front end code here. So our backend is running Node.js with the Express server. So as far as the protection stuff for the server goes, we have protection against XSS attacks using XSS clean. It's a npm package installed, which it sanitizes your program just so you stay safe from XSS attacks. And then for SQL injections, I mean, I know that since we're using MySQL, I mean, since we're using MongoDB as a database, we're not too exposed to SQL attacks, but there's nevertheless still a chance of that. So we have installed this package called Express Mongo Sanitize, which sanitizes your database files. So for example, in MongoDB, we have the $, and the period as a keyword that's used to access the data in there, and the hacker can just pass that into a string and get access to it. So this takes out those $ and dots, for example, from the request parameters, and changes it to something else so that it can't get attacked in that way. And as far as CRS attacks go, we're not really concerned with CSRF because we're not using cookies, and we're just saving the JWT tokens in the local storage, which was a problem for XSS, but we got this package to handle that as well. So this is our server kind of a thing. We have our packages imported. We have our middleware here and the routes that we're getting access to for the users. And then we have controller functions here, which gives us functionality to get users, add a user, update user, create user. We have all those functionalities here, and sign up for a user. And then as far as our authentication middlewares go, so we have a route that's protected. So that's when you log in, then you get access to the protected route, which is like the company files that we have. And we have the admin configuration here as well. And we have a file for handling errors as well. And then as far as the database schema models go, we have a user schema with the name, date of birth, password, is admin, avatar, which just comes from a service that we use. Nothing implemented manually. And then we have a token model here as well, which is used for our refresh tokens. So that's another thing we added. Another feature we added is basically the user can stay signed into the system for say 7 days that we have here, the expiration, and it's not gonna log out the user. So every time the user would go back, the JWT token that we have would refresh itself based on our refresh token here that we have. And then just some of the routes that we have going on here: confirm token, confirm password, email verification, and whatnot, and everything else that comes with it. And then we have our server as well. So that's our backend. And one more thing is to send the password reset and email verification emails, we use a node mailer, and we use the Gmail service that they have there to connect our Gmail account with it. And then we send our custom email here. Every time the user clicks on that button, it sends this email as we've written here. And then that sends a link with a confirmation, and it inputs the email token in there as well. Same thing for password reset and email verification. That's our backend. Then as far as our front end goes, we have a React application installed, and our React application just serves the components that we have, like our homepage, login page, all that. It serves those components inside of this container, and it uses switch routes to serve them. Then we have our then we also use Redux for state management. As you can see here, we import all of our states so that it's easier to manage the application. And we only have one file for action. So we have our all the user state that the app keeps track of. For example, the login request, if it's succeeded or if it's failed. the refresh tokens succeeding or failing. We have the log out. We have everything else, email verification, all the other states that come with it. So the application uses that to manage state. And then we have our components here, and then the pages that the app comes with. And yeah, that's pretty much it for our front end and our application. And then now we can move on to some of the scripts that we wrote. So for installation, if you were to start a brand new server, a brand new Ubuntu server, you could just run this script in there, and it's gonna go ahead and install Node.js in the npm package manager for you. It's gonna install PM2, which is what we use to as a process manager to serve our application backend. And then Nginx is to serve our front end. So it's gonna also install Nginx for you and set up some firewall stuff and allow OpenSSH to go through your application. And talking about the PM2 and Nginx, so as far as how the application is launched, if I go back to our server, you could see that we do have the Nginx installed, which serves the application's front end and the back end as well. And then the PM2 package manager goes ahead and starts up our server, and on every time the server loads up, our application also loads up. So yeah, that's as far as that goes with the application. And I can kind of show you if I go ahead and go into our Nginx sites available, I just open up our Vim file. You can see that our application is served. So the API is on port 5000, and our front end is on port 3000. We have our server names, on the current ports that it's offered from DigitalOcean. And yeah, that's for how our application is served and managed. And then if I go ahead and quickly restart our PM2 process manager over here, you can see that we have our npm running here, which runs both the front end and the back end of our application, since we do use this package called concurrently, and it runs the front end and it runs the back end at the same time using the proxy. And yeah, that's about everything for our application. And we do have everything pushed onto GitHub. So if you'd like to take further looks at the code and stuff like that, we have it pushed on onto GitHub here as well. So with some screenshots and some explanations of the project. And then we also have the written report, which kind of tells you where we got our sources from and all that, which will be also sent in with the project. And yeah, that's about it. Thank you very much. And let me know if you have any questions about the application.